Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Shelly. This is my channel, Proverbs 31:22. Today is Tuesday, March the 1st, 2022, and I'm here to start off this week of vlogs. This is FlossTube number 86, I believe. 86, 87. Well, let's look. I usually never say the number, and then now that I did, I can't remember what it is. Okay, so this is 86. So, welcome everybody. Excuse the lack of polish today at all. Not that I'm very polished anyway, but I had Project Linus this morning, and so I, had a rushed morning getting ready. So the hair is like minimal, if anything, really nothing other than a brush. Makeup is minimal. So anyway, catch my breath. So if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I hope you see something that you like. On this channel, I share about any kind of crafty stuff that I'd get up to, mostly cross-stitch, some quilting. And so, yeah, if you see something that you like, I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't already. And like the video, share it, all the good social networking stuff. So, a little bit of a life update. I did go yesterday with my previous administrator that I worked under at the clinic that she's working at now to, spend most of the day with her in sort of, I guess, interview. I mean, I really didn't get, I didn't get a whole lot of it wasn't like a traditional interview where you sit down and they ask you questions and stuff. I just kind of was taken all around the office, introduced to the doctors and other staff, and then, sat up front for several hours watching, their process. And then we went to the other location that they have. The one that we went to was in Madison, Alabama. And then the secondary location is in Decatur. The Decatur office had a much better vibe to it, but I think I don't know how much longer that location is going to be open. So, I don't think it's a fit for me, honestly. I really don't want to be front desk at all. I don't like it, I just don't. I didn't like it when I was forced to do it at cardiology. I didn't really love it when I was at urgent care. It just was, what I could find at the time. So, and then when you're told that the person that's going to be your supervisor, hardly anybody in the office likes working with her. Yeah. I haven't given them an answer yet, and I think it would probably, I don't know if it'd be solely up to that person that would be my supervisor, but I think she has input into it. I mean, I don't know if she would even say, yeah, offer her the position. The insurance is fantastic, and that's a big, temptation, I have insurance now, but they're a lot better on the benefits that they have for the insurance. So that's a big pull, but honestly, I mean, it's a 40-minute drive one way. To think about being gone 11 hours from home every day, and then, 5 days a week, and then try to, keep care of the house and everything, it just exhausts me. And, for you ladies that do it, that work full time and have a family and take care of your house and, juggle all the balls, I applaud you tremendously. I'm not one of those ladies. And, I've been down that road and it has stressed me out so bad. And unless I absolutely have to, I really don't want to go down that road again. I really, really, really wish I could find something part time. I think there would be an option to have part time there, but I really don't want to be front desk. And so, they had one gal that was, she does like medical records and I think she's training to do credentialing or something. And, we went down the hall and we knocked on her door and, she didn't answer. And, the administrator was like, she's kind of keeps to herself. It's like, can I have that job, please? Like, can I just have a job where I'm just in an office, doing records and, in the background? So I'll talk to Michael again, tonight about it and see what he says. But I'm feeling like I'm not, it just doesn't feel like a fit. So that's that. So I went and picked up my rental yesterday. It's very nice. I had put down that I, just wanted economy, cheap, give me the cheapest of what you got. Of course, they didn't have an economy, so they upgraded me to a Rogue for like, regular car price. So like sedan, like not economy. So it wasn't quite as cheap as what, that would have been, but it wasn't SUV rate either. It is very nice. And so I'm enjoying, driving that. Not that I go anywhere far, but anyway. So like I said, I did go to Project Linus this morning. For those of you that don't know what Project Linus is, it's a nationwide organization that makes quote unquote blankets for hospitalized, children. So mostly it's quilts, but people do make like fleece blankets. They make little receiving type blankets. They make crocheted or knitted blankets. So any kind of covering. So I've been volunteering with them for several years now, and I usually make quilts, but the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, I really haven't been doing a whole lot of quilting for them, which I don't like. I wish that I was doing more, but I also like, COVID kind of just messed up the whole, like, us getting together once a month to sew. And so we're kind of getting back into the groove, I think. But I really need to get a second machine that says just set up for me to just travel with it. The main machine that I have is in a sewing cabinet, and I have to get on the ground and reach in and unplug everything and take it somewhere for 5 hours and then sew and then come back and then put it all back. And I haven't felt up to doing that. So the last couple of times that I've gone, I've worked on a crochet piece. And so I haven't worked on it in between meetings, unfortunately, but I did bring it today and I did work on it. And it is from, I access it through the Readly app, and there will be a link below for, it's like an affiliate link. I think if you sign up under me, you get a free month. I get a free month, something like that. Readly is a magazine app that has, all kind of magazines, not just crafting. There's anything you can think of, pretty much. Of course, I use it for, cross stitch and quilting and crochet. But there's, all kind of different magazines and all kind of different nationalities, languages as well. But this blanket is from Crochet Now, issue 67. And I'll just show you, this is what it looks like. And so I worked on it again today and I got a good bit done. I had only had just a few rows done at the last meeting, and so I didn't have a whole lot, but I added probably 5 or 6 more rows today. I will say that I know how to crochet, and I can go online and find the, find and follow instructions for doing the stitches, but I'm always a little unsure on what I need to do when I get to the end and turn. And so I do have, like, I think some of these are short. But anyway, this is what I got done. And that's just some yarn that a former coworker had given me years ago, and so I'm putting it to use for that. So got that done. Had a nice visit with several of the ladies, one of whom I hadn't seen. Maybe I'd only seen her maybe once since the whole pandemic started, so it was really good to see her today. And being around them really, it's like reigniting my, want to quilt type feeling. So hopefully that'll, pan out and I'll actually get down to working on some quilts at the machine. I have been quilting my daughter's birthday quilt, hand quilting it in the evening. So I'm making progress on that. I do have a couple of previous finishes to show. Since today is March the 1st, I'm going to change out some decor. So this is Hands-On Designs Year of Celebrations March. I did see that I think for Market, she is releasing sort of like Year of Celebrations 2. And oh gosh, I'm tempted. I don't know what it is about these monthly patterns, but I really love that type of thing. I probably won't, but I'm really, like I said, I'm really kind of tempted. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so this is just somebody that came up on Etsy. So this is the new version. So I think it's really cute. So we've got snowmen, birds, a pot of gold, bunny rabbits. May looks like bee boxes. June is strawberries and a blackbird. July is corn stalks. August is seagulls. September is crows and sunflowers. October's a big white pumpkin. November is 2 turkeys, and then December is a row of houses together. So I think those are real cute. So anyway, that's a previous finish that I will be putting out today. And then this is the other little monthly piece that I did last year. These were from Cross Stitcher magazine. And I put them on a small little board here in my sewing room. So those are some previous finishes. So as far as what I've been stitching on, we're already 15 minutes into this, and I'm just telling you what I stitched on. So for February, I had said that I was going to do like a separate recap video. I'm not going to this month, but I will let you know that I had a total of 15,698 stitches for February. If I'd have known that it was 98, I would have gotten 2 more stitches in. I didn't really look at it last night when I totaled up what I did yesterday. But what I've done since the last time I filmed, I've worked on my whip go piece for my second whip go piece for February, which was Winter Rose Manor. And hopefully I can put my hands on these things quickly. I've been really, really disorganized in my stitching lately, and I don't like that. Let me grab the pattern. Okay, so this is Winter Rose Banner from Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And so my goal for Whip Go was to finish this top row of the windows. Now I haven't done this little, it's sort of like a 2 rows of like back stitching down the edge right there. I haven't done those because I want to wait till the whole house is done. And this is done on 36 count platinum by Zweigart. And so I did get my goal met. And it didn't take me as many days as I thought it would, so I was able to move on and catch up on some other things that I'd kind of gotten behind on. So I'm using overdyes. The house is in Chablis, which is from Weeks Dye Works. She called for conch, and mine was just not pink enough. I really love a pink, like real pink house, so I changed that out. And I've made some other changes. Like a lot of my reds were more brown. So I love that piece. So since I got that done, I was able to work some more on my my Flowers and Bees stitch along from Doreen Jones. This is a freebie available on her her Facebook page. And so I'm like behind. I'm just working on part number 5. She did on last Friday release part 6. There's 10 parts. So I've almost got it finished. I mean, almost. Didn't quite make it. I still got a little bit left to do on the flower. So this is on a 14 count Ada, printed Ada from Michaels with her call for DMCs. Okay, and then I also got most of my goal for February caught up on the Martin Luther King MLK sampler. I'll insert a picture of that here. This is from Stone Street Stitchworks, and I want it to be done with like through row 87, I think. I got most of it done like through row 90. I just, like a little bit, but not, that was all I could get done yesterday. So, it'll be a little bit behind, but I don't have a doubt that I'll be able to get it finished before April the 4th. I started this on January 15th, and then I want to finish it on his date of assassination. So this is on a 32 count Murano from Hobby Lobby in the color Ice. And I'm using my own choices of overdyed flosses. The pattern was very brown and orange, and that's just not my colors. So I kind of went on Instagram and found some inspiration there and used that as a springboard for what I wanted to do. And then I've been working on the little the little bookmark, the Ukrainian bookmark. And hang on one sec. Okay, I'm back. So the Ukrainian bookmark is a free pattern from Cliffside Stitches. On my last video, I shared a couple of free patterns. Since then, they've come out with a lot more free patterns. I may pull those together so I can share later in this week. But anyway, I'm working on this one from Cliffside Stitches. I'm putting it on a 14 count opalescent Aida, and I'm using the called for DMCs. I'm using 3 strands. I normally wouldn't use that much, but I decided to use Pearl 8 for the black, and that's equivalent to 3 strands. So I just, I want it to all look the same thickness. So I'm happy with it. I mean, I wouldn't do this on a whole big giant piece, but for this small piece, it's okay to do 3 strands. It's okay for you to do it. If you like more coverage, go for it. Do 3 strands on, 14 count. But for me personally, I wouldn't do it, on a bigger piece. It just makes it more, a little more tedious to get it in there, and you can't do loop start or normal loop start. You have to do the the other method of loop start, which I have a tutorial on my channel for that, where you can do a loop start with an odd number of threads, but it's not as easy as doing the even number loop start. So I follow Cheryl over here on YouTube at Tranquil Stitches, and she has recently started a private Facebook group that's for women of a certain age, and it is exclusively for women. And she has a challenge in that group to stitch your age. And so basically that's what I've started doing with this piece, is every day I put in 56 stitches, because that's how old I am. So, instead of it just being one length of floss, it is 56 stitches. So that's my plan going forward until it's done. Okay, so that's all I stitched on. So as far as my goals go for February, I think I did pretty good. I did not finish my, I didn't work every day on my temperature chart. I haven't worked on it again since, when was the last time I worked on it? The 15th. So, I didn't do, very good on that, but that's fine. I didn't finish my folksy little bird alphabet spelling out spring. I still have part of the N and then the G to get done. Those go pretty fast, but I really wanted to get caught up on some other things before I worried about doing those, because, spring's not officially here until the, in between mid and late March. So I just put those off to the side. And then flowers and bees, I wanted to keep completely caught up on that. And of course, I'm a little bit behind. So, but overall, I think I did okay. So I did have 2 new starts. I didn't have any FFOs. So I've talked about this before, like being unsure how to treat pieces that have multiple parts, like the EMABC book. Like, do I count each letter an FFO? And I've decided that I'm not. I have them, I don't know. I just decided that I'm not, because it's really, I want to finish it all together into one project. So I'm considering it, the whole thing one project. So technically I only got, I didn't get any FOs or FFOs this month. But I did start Egg Hunt and then the Ukrainian Bookmark. And so I started with 57 whips, and so that means I'm ending with 59 whips. So, I mean, would I have liked to have some finishes? Of course, but I am doing a lot of pieces that are large, and so, finishes aren't going to come that often when that's what I'm stitching on. As far as going forward this week, I'm going to pull out spring ABCs to get some more stitches in on that. And then this Friday and Saturday is the start of BBD weekend sale, and so I'll be working on the stockings for that. Um, and then I want to get a little bit more on my MLK sampler done. I need to get a little bit more done on that, and then hopefully on the flowers and bees, I'll get that caught up. So I think that's all I've got for you guys today. If you're new, I do these vlog style all week long, and then I upload the whole series of vlogs in one video at the end of the week. Oh, I did have one piece of haul that came in. The book that I was talking about on last video, I did get it in the mail yesterday. And so, let's see. I want to kind of go through it and see if some of the stitches that I've been doing in the ABC, if they have those in here, but I have to, like they have them grouped according to like type of stitch, and so I haven't looked at the glossary yet the index. Let me see if they have like, I just got finished with periwinkle stitch on the pineapple block, and they don't have it in here. But anyway, they do have quite a bit of, other stitches. But like I was saying, they don't really give, step-by-step instructions, and so that was why I bought that other one. Quite a few stitches though. So, and like I said, it was like $5, so it wasn't, it didn't break the bank. Let's see. I've started watching a couple of new shows. I'll talk about that for a second. Someone on a recent video had commented that since I like British crime shows, that I should check out Waking the Dead. And so I did start watching that. I like it. I've only watched a couple of episodes, but it's, it's like cold cases, so I like that kind of stuff. And then I've also started watching Traces. I'll have like on Facebook, I'll have stuff that'll come up, like advertisements for BritBox. And so a lot of what I watch is on BritBox. So Traces is a fairly new series, and it has a couple of actors that I really like. And so I definitely, was like, okay, I need to check that out. So I've kind of been alternating between, I'll watch an episode of Silent Witness, I'll watch an episode of Waking the Dead, and, I'll watch an episode of Traces. Traces is, it's pretty intense, it's pretty interesting. So, but I've also watched, I watched the new Medea's Homecoming movie. I don't know if y'all like Medea movies, but I absolutely love them, and, it just cracks me up. Like, I think I laughed from 2 minutes into it till, the very end. I was still, having to pause it so I could laugh at what was going on. So I watched that. I haven't watched the last episode of All Creatures yet. All Creatures, Great and Small. I think I have the mentality of, okay, if I don't watch that last episode of the season, then the season's really not over. And so I haven't watched that yet. So that's what I've been watching. I did start reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for Stitching Book Club. I haven't started stitching the piece. I don't know when I will start that, but I haven't started it yet. But I have started reading the book. I haven't read it since my kids were younger, and so I'm enjoying that. Also reading Regency's Shakespeare series. Those are pretty good books. I was reading another book called Regency Matchmakers, is another series, and I think I've read 3 of them, and it's like I can't do this anymore. They're very I don't know, like, I really don't understand how books have good reviews a lot of times, but the ones that said the bad reviews, they all kind of said the same thing, like her dialogue writing is like so robotic. Like, even when characters are having an argument, it doesn't sound like they're having an argument. It's like they're just reading sentences. And so I'm like, I'm not wasting any more of my time on that, even though I like the storylines, but I just couldn't deal with the writing anymore. Um, My daughter and her family seem to be feeling better the last few days, so that's a good thing. Thank you all for your prayers. I don't know anything further about my brother and his surgery yet. Um, and like I said at the beginning of this video, I really don't think I'm gonna, accept a position at this place that I was offered one at. Well, not officially offered, but I feel like I would be if I really wanted it, but I really don't think I do. So, okay, I'm rambling. I will let you go, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hello, everybody. It's Monday, March the 7th, and I didn't record but once last week, I think, and so I'm going to let this video go for another week, and then I'll close it out. I don't know, the week just sort of got away from me, and I don't know, I sort of was distracted, I guess, just thinking about stuff, all the stuff going on in the world, all of that. So anyway, I'm here to update you on what I've stitched since the last time I filmed, which I don't even have it written down. When's the last time I filmed? Let's see. I think it was Tuesday the 1st. I didn't write it down. So anyway, I did get finished with spring ABCs. And now I just have to decide how I'm going to FFO it. Michelle over at Made by Michelle McGraw, she had shared how she's finished hers a while back. And I think that's how I'm going to do it. She sort of did like a little wall hanging. Because I just haven't found a piece that just jumped out at me and said, yeah, that's the piece you need to finish it on. So, I can't show you the whole thing at once, but I think it's so cute. Look at those little bunnies. And I did sign it down at the bottom. I should put the year on here somewhere too. I may use one of those little charms that I have. I did come in and frog this and restitch it in a different color. I had it in this Morning Glory from Classic Colorworks, and I went in and frogged it and put in, I think it's Cashmere from Classic Colorworks instead. I just sort of want it, like this one's the same because it's the 2 words together, but I wanted different colors on each one that was spelled out. So yay, I did meet my goal on getting that finished before the first day of spring, and so that's always a good thing. This is always hard when it's been a while since you recorded because you can't remember what you said and what you didn't. But I know I told you about Cheryl over at Tranquil Stitches starting a group on Facebook. I think I forgot to say what the group name is. It's the Crafty Matriarch. And if you wanted to join, just go on there and search for the Crafty Matriarch, and then there will be questions that you have to answer in order to get approved. But in that group, she's done a a challenge called Daily Age. And so I've just been putting 56 stitches most days on this Ukrainian bookmark. And this is where I am now on it. I'm not sure why it looks so, I don't know if it looks blurry to you guys or not, but it looks blurry to me. But anyway, this is my progress. I looked at it last night, and I'm not going to have enough room to do the whole thing, so I will stop it at that little, it has like a little, a black border, and then it has another little row of motifs at the top. I'll stop it at that first black border. So I got that done, and then it was Blackbird weekend, Sal, this past weekend. I only stitched on Friday. Saturday I didn't stitch at all. Our grandson Malachi came over, and he had a basketball game as well that morning, and so we went to town for supper and just spent some time with him. So I only stitched on Friday, but I stitched on this this little stocking called Gift Basket. It's right there. Geez. This is from Home for the Holidays book. And I didn't get it finished. I probably would have if I would have stitched all 3 days, but I didn't. So, but this is what I got done. Let me get it folded. I have stitching all of these on one piece of fabric, and it's sort of like a mishmash of just all kind of directions and stuff. This is some linen that I hand dyed. I brought it to our stitch group on Thursday, and people were looking at it, and they were saying, where's this linen from? And I'm like, well, it's just a 32 count, I think is what it was. And they were like, yeah, but where'd you get it? And I was like, I dyed it myself, and they, it doesn't do, the camera doesn't do it justice, really. It's very pretty in person. But this is where I got. So I only have really, down into the toe to get done, which, hopefully will be next month. I don't have it written down. I think it's a 32, and then when I washed it, it shrunk. Because it calls for 32 in the pattern. And so I started with 32, not thinking that when I dyed it, it was going to shrink. But I'll make it work. I'll just have to, they'll be smaller, so I'll have to do bigger seams when I do the stockings. And then I did work on the flowers and bees, Sal. I'm still working on part 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. And again, I don't remember if I've shown you since I finished this part. I think maybe I didn't. So I did get finished with part 5, and then I started over on part 6. Let me fold it. So I started on part 6, and I only got a little bit done. I mean, I got, the borders basically. And then when I had, little snippets of thread left over, then I went in and started doing this. So part 7 has been released, and then this coming Friday, part 8 will be released, so I'll definitely be a couple of, parts behind on it, but I'm okay. And then I did stitch yesterday and get my my temperature chart card up. This is a pattern from Apricot Polka Dot on Etsy. I'll insert a picture here. And show you what I got done. So I'm doing it on a 14 count chalkboard black Ada, using the called for DMC flosses, and I love the way it's coming out. So basically what I decided to do is just start stitching on it every other Sunday, instead of trying to stitch on it every day or even once a week. It's only like 5 by 5 blocks, and so you know, and then most of them are not completely filled. None of them are completely filled. So it's less than 25 stitches. So, you know, to do several weeks worth, it's not that bad. Now, last night I did from the 15th of February all the way through the 5th of March. And so it was a little bit more than 2 weeks, I think. Um, I mean, not really. It was right at 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. More than 2 weeks. Jeez. Anyway, it only took me, I don't know, maybe an hour to get that done. So that is what I've stitched on since I filmed last. Just trying to get the flowers and bees caught up, and you know I didn't do that. I was supposed to stitch on MLK Sampler on Saturday, and I did not. I don't think I've done any more stitching on it since I've shown it. No, I haven't. So, that's it. That's all I've got for you guys, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 8th of March, and I'm here to give you a little update on stitching. So I had Quilt Guild this morning, and it was good. We're having a quilt show next month toward the end of April. And then the beginning of April, we're going on a quilt retreat. So we got all kind of stuff going on. Anyway, I was going to say something else about that. I don't remember what now. Okay, anyway. So yesterday I did stitch on my little folksy bird alphabet and got the letter N completed. Let's see. Well, it is. So there's the letter N. And this is a 28 count China Pearl linen from Witch Out. Just some scraps that I had. So all I've got left to do is the G, and I'll be ready to start turning these into little pillows. And I'm going to dye some chenille today. I did pick up some more colors of Rit dye. Joanne had them on sale for buy one, get one half off. So I plan to do that today, and I also have to dye fabric for the next letters of EMABC Sal. So also stitch some on my bookmark. So I put another 56 stitches in it yesterday, and it really is amazing. Just, you know, it's so cool just watching it sort of come to life. 56 stitches at a time. And then last night and again this morning, I took my flowers and bees with me to Quilt Guild and stitched on it after the meeting was over. And so I got a good bit done on that 6th block, which is right here. So I've got to do the leaves and then the back stitching, and that will be it on that one. I won one of the door prizes today, and they had a donation from someone who, I guess she's not quilting anymore, so she had like blocks and like some projects partially done, a bunch of books, some fabric, but she had these two blocks already made and very nicely. So I won't do like a quilt with these, but I thought I could make pillow covers with them. So she did a really good job. Really, really good job. So I thought that was just a little something fun to pick up that I don't have to actually make myself and can put together and make something with it. So that's what I've stitched on. The boys are coming over tonight. My son-in-law is having his second shoulder surgery tomorrow. And so they're coming over to spend the night tonight, and then they'll be here all day tomorrow while he's doing that. And then Thursday I have 3 appointments. I've got an appointment with the rheumatologist. I've got an appointment with the ENT to follow up. And I've got a massage appointment. So I'll be going pretty much all day Thursday. So I doubt that I will film Thursday. I may film tomorrow. I might be able to get it done while Nathan's at his practice, hopefully. If not, then I will come back on Friday and update you and show you what I've stitched. I am going Friday finally and getting a haircut. So, but that's early in the morning, so I should have no problem coming and updating you guys on Friday. And I probably will close it out at that point. So, can't think of anything else. That's it. So I'll see you guys on the next little snippet. Hey, everybody. I'm here to give a little update. So it is Wednesday, March the 9th. Is that right? I think so. Yes, Wednesday, March the 9th. So my son-in-law got done with his surgery. He was kind of late going back, but they got done like really fast. He didn't have a rotator cuff tear, thank God. So he had bursitis and some spurs that they removed. So hopefully he'll recover pretty quickly. So I just dropped Nathan off at basketball practice, and so I'm going to try to get this done before I've got to go pick him up. So I do have just a little bit of haul. It's not cross-stitch haul. It's the diamond painting rabbit hole that I've decided to jump down thanks to Cheryl over at, oh gosh, she's Tranquil Stitches for her cross stitching, but I'm trying to remember what her diamond painting channel is. It's something pastimes. Anyway, she showed some things the other day, and it was like a set of 3. Amazon didn't have that specific one, but they did have another one that had the prettiest one that I liked the most out of what she showed, plus this one. So, now I haven't diamond painted yet. I have one kit that my daughter bought me years ago, and I've been scared to get it out because I don't want to, I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, but I'm going down the rabbit hole. So, and this is the one that Cheryl had that I thought was just gorgeous, of course. I mean, look at the quilt on the wall behind me, and then look at the colors. So pretty. And they're, they're just partial, like the background you don't do. So, it hopefully will go pretty fast. And then, this is a pretty, like, fall-colored one. And I think this one was in her trio, too. There was just one that was different. I think that's real pretty. So those came in today. So I'm going to just jump in there and just kit one of them up and just start working on it. Maybe this weekend. So yesterday I did work on dyeing, and I dyed 2 pieces of fabric for EMABC for the next 4 letters. I usually do 2 letters on one length of cloth on the same color. And so the next one is Q is for Queen, and so I kind of wanted to do like a, like a royal purple. It's Queen and Radish. So hopefully the radish color will show up on this. This is the back side of it, which, I mean, that almost looks like a little butterfly, doesn't it? And like some of it looks like leaves and flowers. I didn't do any of that on purpose. It's just the way that it was folded. And then this piece, I really didn't like it at first. I had to like tweak it several times, but I really, really loved the way it came out. So this will be for sheep and tulip. And so I started off with gray, pearl gray, and then I put coral on it with it scrunched up. And it seemed, I don't know, maybe too bright orange. It looked more really like really, really bright orange. And so I came back with cherry red and put that on it. And I really, like I said, I really liked the way it came out. And these really, it's hard to tell when you're on filming, but it really looks pretty in person. And then I did dye some more chenille trim. I don't know what the trick is for this. I ended up washing one of the pieces before I started dyeing it. But I just stuck it in like a color that I had left over, and it was kind of it was kind of that purple color, but I'd used it on several things. So I don't know if it really made a difference or not, but I mean, they look so gorgeous in the jar. And then when you take it out and rinse it, it's like, it doesn't look like it did in the jar. But this is the one that I rinsed beforehand. It looks pink on camera, but it's more lavender, like real pale lavender. So, and then I tried like some like really eggplanty colors, I tried the synthetic super pink, and it just doesn't, I mean, it's still pretty, but it just doesn't come out like you think it's going to come out. When you rinse it, it just rinses off so much of the color. So I'm going to have to try again with a darker color, pre-rinsing it, to maybe get any kind of sizing they have in it. I don't know. I might end up having to try a different dye. I mean, I know you can dye it because I've seen, people dye it. I mean, it's all pretty. The yellow I really like. It looked a little bit better in the jar, like always, but I'm very happy with the way it came out. So this is what I'm going to use to trim my little spring pillows, which I spent time this morning getting these sewn up. And so this little, trim I'll glue around the edge of them. You get the idea. So I have this I had this charm pack in my stash. I doubt that you can find it anymore because who knows how long I've had it. But it's a bunch of 30s reproduction prints, which are just so cute. And so instead of trying to find like one piece of fabric in my stash that had, enough to make all of them, I just decided to do a different charm square on each one. And I haven't sewn the backs of them up, but that's the back of one of them. And basically I did like 2 yellows. Look how cute that is. 2 yellows, 2 pinks. I mean, this was not really very pink, but I thought it was cute because it has, yellow, pink, green, and that's the colors that I chose. So, I mean, look at that little bunny. So, these are so cute. And then green. 2 greens. So, that's the fronts. And then these are the backs. So yay, I'll get those finished up and get those put out for the first day of spring. So let's see. Otherwise, I don't think I put any more. I didn't put any more stitches in Flowers and Bees, I don't think. Since you saw it after Quilt Guild meeting the other day. And you know, I was looking at this earlier. She has a lot, I mean, it's beautiful, but she has a lot of like, you know, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, and then you got to change colors. So I really wish I'd have thought about it before. I would have done like the centers of these just completely yellow on all of them, or completely brown, you know, one or the other. Because it really is a pain to have to do 2 stitches and then change floss. So I did also put 56 more stitches in my bookmark. And I think this is like, it has the band of the black right here. I think I'm to that point. I may not be. I don't know. I may really run out of room on it. But, you know, if I had to stop right there, I'd be okay. And I guess I didn't say, but I stitched this little guy last night. I stitched, you know, the 56 in my my bookmark, and then I stitched on him the rest of the evening. They really do stitch up real fast. And those are from Cross Stitcher May 2020 magazine. Now, they're designed by Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tiny Modernist. So I haven't looked, but you may be able to find them in her Etsy shop, because a lot of times, you know, like a year or so after they're in a magazine, they can release them. So, you know, like she released these little calendar pieces recently in her Etsy shop all together in one set. So I did do another pre-order with another shop on Etsy from Market. And this morning I watched Fat Quarter Shop's live stream, and I was like, thank you, God, that I ordered this. So I ordered, and I'm drawing a blank on what the name of it is, but the new Blackbird Designs book. Really, I couldn't find any, hang on, sorry about that. That was Kim calling. So let me look it up. So the Blackbird Designs book, I couldn't really find a lot of, like, I wanted to find something that had more pictures than just what was on the front. Let me look at my history. I've done a lot of searching today and yesterday. Well, I'm not going to find it, but it's the new Blackbird Designs, and I couldn't find a lot of pictures of it. And I wanted to see more pictures, but then I read that it had Barb Adams's last design in it, and so that, you know, that decided for me that that I was going to order it. So it's A Heart Remembers. So Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop on her live stream this morning, she did do a flip through of this book, and I'm so glad that I decided to get it, because, you know, they say buy all the Blackbirds, but I mean, they're, you know, it's $30 for this book. And some of them I don't, you know, like the autumn one or the Halloween ones, they're not my favorite things. So I don't necessarily buy them all, but when she showed the pictures of the projects that are in this book, I was thankful that I ordered it. So ordered that, and I also ordered, this one. I had never heard of this designer before. It is Sweet Wing Studio. And I just think it's beautiful. I mean, of course, it drew my eye because it's purple fabric. But what a beautiful design. And then the fabric also drew me into this one by Jeanette Douglas. I just think that's gorgeous. So that is Flowers for You. And it says there are always flowers for those who wish to see them. So those are the other things that I ordered from Market. Kimberly showed a few things this morning that I'm kind of like, those are pretty, but I don't know if I'll order anymore. I think I've got enough with the 2 orders that I've done already. So that's all I've got. I'm going to start EMABC letter Q today. They are doing a pop-up challenge over on the magazine monthly challenge group for, I think, like from the 21st to the 28th. And it's basically for you to put 500 stitches or 5 hours into your closest to completion whip. And so I think I'm going to stitch, I think my closest is Hip Hop Jar, which is something that I wanted to have finished this month anyway to display for next month. So I may have to tweak, what I had already planned out so far, but that's not a big deal. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, but not tomorrow probably because I got all those appointments. Probably see you Friday. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's Friday today, March the 11th. And we are under a winter weather advisory. So we should have, 1 to 3 inches of snow overnight. Maybe some ice, all that good stuff with the winter storm. So that's part of the reason why we moved to Alabama, to this northwest area. In South Louisiana, you have 2 seasons, maybe. And then, no snow. I mean, rarely. Probably every 20 years or so, something like that. So we wanted to live somewhere that had 4 seasons and would get, just a little bit of snow. Like, we don't want to be buried in it for weeks and weeks and weeks. So this area is really perfect. We usually get 1 pretty snow every year. And the fact that it's happening on a weekend is good for us because that means my husband doesn't have to worry about missing work or driving to work in, hazardous conditions, which he would do. So, my appointments yesterday went well. I followed up with the ENT and actually saw a nurse practitioner rather than the doctor. And she was excellent. Like, she really took her time and explained and, laid out all my options for me. I really wanted to like Dr. Masterson. I follow him on Instagram and he seems, I don't know. He posts a lot of stuff about like leadership and stuff. And so I was expecting more, honestly, and I was a little disappointed with seeing him, but I liked his nurse practitioner a lot. So she was, pretty much leaving it up to me, but she said she felt comfortable, since I'm not having any issues right now, just letting it ride and see what happens. So, of course, I can opt to go in and get allergy tested. And start allergy treatments. I've done that before and had to stop in the middle when I lost insurance. And so that's something that I may look into. I don't know because, I'm, still paying bills from last year, including $3,000 worth of labs from the rheumatologist. That's going to take me all year long to pay. Paid like half of it and then set the rest up on a payment plan of, almost $170 a month. So, but when I saw the rheumatologist yesterday, I mentioned that to him. I don't remember what we were talking about, but, we were talking about maybe, getting a referral for some other stuff. And, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm still paying, on your labs from, last year, $3,000. And he's like, that shouldn't have been that much. So I don't know. I'm going to call and maybe try to get an answer out of the billing people. The hospital that I usually get stuff done at, they are so confusing with their billing. They have like too many different entities that take care of stuff. And so the office manager came and talked to me. She didn't help at all. She gave me a number to call, and they didn't help at all because they just deal with the physician's offices. So we'll see. But that appointment went well. We are going to go up on my Savella a little bit, and we talked about my hips. My hips have been really hurting me lately. He said it could be from fibro, it could be bursitis, so he offered to do injections in each hip, or one of them, either one I wanted to do. And, you know, I've had a hip injection before and it was not pleasant. And I don't remember if it helped or not. It's been a long time. I remember that it wasn't pleasant, but I don't remember if it helped. And so, you know, he was okay with us trying to see if the up dose of Savella will help. So he did give me, showed me on their website where I could go to get a savings card. So I went and did that and printed it out. And I went to the pharmacy this morning, and the pharmacist was like, "You don't need the savings card. The insurance paid for it completely." Like, okay, I don't get it, because they said, you know, on the last EOB I got that they don't cover that medicine, but my HRA reimbursed me. I don't know. I don't understand how all of that works. But anyway, they paid for it. So yay. She's like, "We sent $400 and something to the insurance and they paid it all." Like, okay. And that's for 1 month. So, you know, I had all those errands in town yesterday, and when I got home, I was unloading the car and realized that the passenger side headlight had moisture in it, and that there was a gap in one of the seams on the bumper. And so I, you know, told my husband, and he came out and he's like, "Well, I've already pushed this seam back together once." So I went by there this morning, and they're going to order a new headlight. And, you know, when they install that, they'll see if they can, you know, do whatever they need to do to permanently get that seam taken care of, that gap. Okay, that's it. Life update. I haven't done a whole lot of stitching. I did take my little spring little bird pillows yesterday with me into town, and I in between appointments I went by Calico Rose and just sat and stitched some of them. And I have I'd always heard about ladder stitch, but I had never done one. So when I was in the rheumatologist's office, I pulled up a video on YouTube and watched someone demonstrate it. And so I was able to sew them together with a ladder stitch. And you can't see the stitches. Hang on 1 second, I'll grab one. So, I mean, they really, when you cinch it up, they just sort of disappear into the fabric. So I'm excited about that because I always hate the way the stitches show up on those. So the only thing I've worked on cross stitch wise is the EMABC SAL, the sampler book, working on the letter Q, and I've gotten all of the border done and then some of the letters. So I wasn't sure what colors I really wanted to do. I thought about doing multiple colors on the letters, and I did that, and it looked a little, it was pretty, but it looked a little juvenile, and I really want, I don't know, because it's Queen, I want it to be sort of, you know, regal, I guess. So I just decided to do a dark blue. The one letter that's opposite or different, I will do that in like a ruby red. So got that done. I haven't stitched on anything else. However, I did start one of these diamond panes, and I got it kitted up the other day after I did my video and just put like a few little diamonds in it. But last night I worked on it. I worked on it last night for quite a while. I really didn't want to stop. So that's what I've gotten done. So I have it on a, I bought a light box that has a stand, and you clip it on there so you can really see when you're doing it, you know, where the letters are and stuff. But you can't really see how pretty it is until you turn the light off. And so, you know, I was doing it, was like, well, this doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to look. And then I turned the light on, and then I could see all the sparklies, you know, of the bead, the diamonds. So, yay. So I did go this morning and get my hair cut. Love it. She always does a great job, and she always does, you know, I mean, a good job styling it. And I was like, what am I doing wrong, you know? And she takes time, and she'll, you know, she really doesn't cut a whole lot off, and it's kind of pricey for what she cuts off. But she does spend time and say, okay, this is how you need to do it to style it. So hopefully I can remember. I do want to put my color in it. I don't know if I'll do that this weekend or not, but anyway. That's all I've got for you guys. I haven't been really good about writing stuff down for my videos this week. So I'm kind of like drawing a blank on things that I wanted to mention. I don't know. Jan Hicks, I watched part of her video the other day, or all of it, I think. And she mentioned that one of the Ukrainian pattern designers who posts a lot in different groups online, Ekaterina, she's Stitchy Princess over on Etsy. She had said that, you know, she appreciated everybody buying her patterns, and that it had enabled her to not only buy groceries for her family, but to buy groceries for a neighbor. So that just really made me, you know, that really made me feel good. I don't have permission to say this, so I'm not going to mention names, but God knows who it is. So just be praying. One of my Stitchy friends lost her husband today, and you know, she knew it was coming. They were, you know, they knew it was coming, but it's still not easy. So, and, you know, I don't even know how many years they've been together, but it's a lot. So definitely keep her and his family in prayer. Okay, guys, I'm going to close out this video, get it uploaded, and I will see you on the next week. Bye.